Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Good evening, everyone. Stay healthy and happy. Welcome to Diponegoro course on child nutritional aspect, the specific issue, the first 1,000 days of life in coastal region. The Honorable all the lecturers of the Diponegoro summer course and the honorable all participants of this course. Yeah, ladies and gentlemen, I'm Etika Ratnanur, the moderator of today's course. I'm very pleased to see you here and welcome all of you to this event. Today's course is about nutritional aspect. Yeah, today's course is about nutritional aspect in the first 1,000 days in life. Yeah. Today we have 3 speakers who will show or will present the material parallelly. The first speaker is Bapak Nuryanto. Then the second with Dr. Dimas Tri A, and the last speaker is Ibu Dr. Julian D. Okay. The first topic will presented by Bapak Nuryanto. The first speaker is Bapak Nuryanto, Sarjana Gizi, Magister of Gizi. The daily activity, he is as a lecturer in nutrition department, Faculty of Medicine, Diponegoro University. He already graduated the bachelor degree from Nutritional Science, Faculty of Medicine, Diponegoro, then continue in the same university. Then he is now as a doctoral candidate in Diponegoro University too. Yeah, and we can see from his activity, yeah, he always very active in first 1,000 days program with Health Ministry Indonesia. Then he is also joined with UNICEF. There are many publications from Bapak Nuryanto. Yeah, it's great achievement till now, 2020. Yeah, still focusing on nutrition, supplementation in infant, I think. Okay. Okay, Bapak Nuryanto. I think it's not, it's good time for yours. Then the time is yours.
Okay, thank you, Mrs. Etika Ratnanur. Hello?
Yeah. Yeah, okay. It's very clear.
Okay.
Come on, Bapak Nuryanto, yeah.
I will share screen.
Yes,
please,
yes,
maybe Mrs. Etika stop share screen.
Sorry. I'm sorry. Have I finished the screen? Oh, no. Okay. Oh, sorry. Stop share. Yes. Sorry. Okay. Bapak Nuryanto, the time is yours.
Yes, we would like to presentation about individual supplementary feeding approach to improving growth and development of fetus, infant, and children. Growth and development intervention study during the first 1,000 days of life. Next. Next. Yes, sorry. Before slide. Yes. The adequate nutritional intake is that in the first 1,000 days of life, and is critical to support optimal physical and mental development in later life. The 1,000 days of life movement by the Ministry of Health has been launched in 2020. Sorry. The 1,000 days of life movement, the Ministry of Health and of giving special attention to pregnant women, to children aged 2 years, especially their health and nutritional needs. The presence of growth disorders in the first 1,000 days of life will result in impaired physical growth, metabolic disorder of fat, protein, and carbohydrates, which in the future will increase the risk of NCD or non-communicable disease, such as obesity, diabetes, and maybe coronary heart disease. Next. Now, based on the basic health research risk assessment, a nutritional program in Indonesia, especially under nutrition, only decreased 0.1%. And I think we have the prevalence of stunting only a target from the government. The government is 15.4% in Indonesian. Sorry. The problem in Central Java, chronic energy deficiency in women of sex bearing age in the Central Java. And indicator evaluation of maternal health program intervention implementation that have been carried out screening for pregnant risk factor, giving iron tablets, number of antenatal visit, delivery by health or walking, or giving other initiation of breastfeeding and exclusive breastfeeding. Next. Yes, if we have a problem in the Semarang, we have many problems in Semarang, such as anemia of pregnant women, low energy and protein, coverage of immunization on the problem in the Semarang. Next. Other problem in Semarang, supplementary feeding coverage rates of for pregnant women with chronic energy deficiency and anemia have met the target. But the reality is that maternal death in pregnant women who are not chronic energy deficiency and are anemic. The low of intake, especially in protein and gene, is caused by the wrong parenting, especially when the baby is more than a 6 month old. Where at the age the baby must get complementary feeding because at the age the breast milk is no longer uh, able to meet the nutritional need of children. The complementary feeding given by parent uh, often does not meet the nutritional status. This is caused the mother a bit suck as only giving team rice, and brought to her baby. In addition, it's also caused by the low ability to access highly nutrition of for the children. As mother only provides complementary foods without paying attention to the nutritional value needed by the child, especially to increase the weight and height of child. Uh, Children need a high source of the energy, and I think the sick energy source can be met from the fulfill of fat needs. If the intake of fat and infant and if less than this need, the child will experience malnutrition, as this is where the root of the problem areas in the emergency of nutrition problem in toddler. And under and the problem is the data for deficiency pregnant woman, anemia for anemia pregnant woman 48.9% in Indonesia. So low birth weight 6.2% in Indonesia, and immunization maybe as 57.9% in Indonesia. And I think so many problem in Indonesia, and job center in Semarang City, and to many problem and health. Next. Now, pregnant women with chronic energy deficiency and anemia, even though they have received the incident of a child with malnutrition, less nutrition style does not meet the target in the Semarang City. Program intervention are still being implemented, but need assistance to monitor a level of compliance. Next, Mr. FD. Next, and incident rate growth fostering still high, especially in children who are starting to get a solid food. And we have incident of stunting as still high in Indonesia and in Semarang City. Complementary feeding given in their community still not is according with the nutrition adequate need for 1,000 days of 1,000 days of life. Next. Next, next, we can looking for Indonesian, prevalent in Central Java is until 35%. In the next, and next, the research and the research is one providing supplementary feeding intervention and increase fetal and infant growth at birth. Providing supplementary feeding intervention in increasing the growth and development of infant under 6 months. Providing supplementary feeding intervention in increase the growth and development infant 24 months. Next. Next, research framework. Okay, masih next. The research method, the design of research is non-equivalent clinical trial with sample all pregnant women in the study area according to the 3 research series. All pregnant women at the Semarang City Health Center with a high incidence of chronic energy deficiency and malnutrition, lack of nutrition. Next, Mr. Effie. A sample is pregnant woman at the Semarang City Health Center in an inclusion criteria. Gestational age 20 until 24 weeks based on first day at the last menstruation and ultrasound trimester 1 and normal pregnant single fetus. And exclusion criteria in this research is congenital abnormalities refused to participate in research. Next. PS visit schedule in this area. Maybe you can see in the table. Next. Next, Mr. Rafi. Next. Sorry, Mr. Rafi. Yeah. Mr. Effie, you can back in the PPT. Next one. Yes, we have a food recall activity to all sample. Next. And we have supplementary food preparation activity and all food production is carried out the culinary and dietetic laboratory of the nutrition study program Faculty of Medicine di Ponegoro University, and we also bring a chef from the restaurant. And the nutritional content, next, Mr. Rafi, next, the nutritional content of the supplementary food program for pregnant women refer to the nutritional guideline from for pregnant women from Ministry of Health of the Republic of Indonesia. We where energy is 152 kilocalorie and the protein is 6.5 gram. Next, it is time to give a food supplemental session for the sample, and is a blood driving activity. Next. Okay, for the next result will be present is Mrs. Julian.
Yeah.
Okay, thank you, Bapak Nuryanto. Yeah, okay, sorry, Dr. Julian, let me take position before you present the material. Okay, slide please to turn off. Slide from Bapak Nuryanto. Could you turn down? Then we will move to second speaker, Dr. Julian Dewanti Ningrum. Yeah. The host, the operator, please show the CV from Dr. Julian first. Yeah. As the information for all participants, the three speakers will present the material. Then the end of the end session, there will Q&A session. Okay, so keep your note in the end. So I will have to deliver to speaker. Okay, yeah. This is the C curriculum vitae from Dr. Julian. Okay, sorry. Yeah, Dr. Julian Dewanti Ningrum. Yeah, she is one of the obgyns and a maternal and child consultant from Karyadi Hospital, Central Java, Indonesia. Yeah, the daily activity, she is an obgyn, also a lecturer and researcher. Her education, she is graduated from medical doctor Diponegoro University, and now Dr. Julian as a doctoral student in Diponegoro University too. We can see the publication is so many here from 2012 till 2020, still focusing study in maternal and and all the problem. Okay, so this is a nice material from Dr. Julian. Will deliver the topic about the first the role nutrition in the 7,000 days of life. Okay, to please welcome Dr. Julian Dewanti Ningrum. Time is yours.
Thank you, Dr. Ertika, for the nice introduction. Okay, let me share my PowerPoint. Well, as Miss Ertika read my CV, I'm a clinician. Yeah. So, what will I talking in my presentation will not far away from my daily activity as a clinician. Yeah. Okay, this is the continue with the Mr. Nuryanto, yeah. The Mr. Nuryanto presentation talked about the method of the research. Our team is Interprofessional Education of Diponegoro University. So my talk about first day of life, the role of nutrition, and we focus on individual supplementary feeding approach to improve fetal growth. Well, this magazine from Time published in 2010 about the fetal growth impact live in our lives. They state that what factors influence during pregnancy will also influence in our later life, especially until child and adult. Getting to the WHO at 2012, they released Global Nutrition Target 2025. There are 6 policy brief. The first is 40% reduction in the number of children under 5 years old who are stunted, 50% reduction of anemia in women of reproductive age, 30% reduction of low birth weight. This is the focus in my presentation, in our presentation of Medical Faculty Diponegoro University, that Mr. Nuryanto said that we have done in 2017 until 2020. And the 4, no increase in childhood development. No increase in childhood development abnormality. And the 5, increase the rate of exclusive breastfeeding in the first 6 months up to at least 50%, reduce and maintain childhood wasting to less than 5%. This is the indicator for countries that are suffer of stunting. So WHO focus on 1,000 first day of life. For the background of WHO, they state in the website for the data for low birth weight in many regions in the world, the data from 2008 until 2012. The highest percentage of infant with low birth weight is in South Asia, and then in West and Central Africa, and less developed countries, and etc. I think Indonesia is in the Southeast Asia, yeah. So between 6 until 20% of infants with low birth weight. Okay, what will the complication if we have the growth of the fetus with the poor condition? Because the poor fetal growth will have less B cells in fetal pancreas, so it will make hyperglycemia in fetus. And in the condition of hyperglycemia, it will make poor fetal uptake of glucose and amino acid from the mother, and they will develop poor fetal growth, and it will continue until postnatal. So in the postnatally, they will also grow abnormality such as obesity and stunting. And also when in the adult age, it will increase the risk of diabetes mellitus such as Mr. Nuryanto stated in the presentation. And what will influence the fetal growth? It would be influenced by maternal factor, fetal factors, placental factors, and also genetic factors. And from the extrinsic factors such as nutrition will influence in the maternal and also in the placental factors and fetal factors. The simple way to monitor the health of the pregnancy is the fetal growth. As a clinician, it is very important to monitor fetal growth during pregnancy. And WHO at 2018 released fetal growth chart. So if we get the fetal growth from the clinician, maybe from the OBGYN and midwife, we can plot the number in the graph, so we know where is the position. It is normal growth or less or high growth. Okay, the way to increase the fetal growth is extrinsic factors such as from nutrition. So in our research, we did 3 interventions. The first intervention is based on government program. I'm sorry, this is in Indonesia, but I will try to translate in English. In government program, it is for for women with the malnutrition, yeah, with low energy and protein intake. The government give biscuit, yeah. 1 pack of biscuit consists 5 pieces of biscuit. 5 pieces of biscuit contains energy 520 kilocalorie, carbohydrate 56 gram, protein 16 gram, lipid 26 gram, and also micronutrients such as vitamin and element such as ferrous, calcium, selenium, zinc, natrium, iodium, and also phosphorus. And the mother can consume 2 until 3 pieces of a day. And the second intervention is individual supplementary feeding. Why we focus in individual supplementary? Because before we give the supplementary feeding, we do a survey from the food recall, and then we give the mother supplementary feeding from local food. This is the local food from Indonesia. Yeah, I will tell in bahasa, maybe such as tahu bakso, lumpia, onde-onde, martabak. Yeah, maybe if you can visit our country, you can buy this local food in the market. Yeah, it's not a very special food. We can find in the public area. And this is the schedule of the individual supplementary feeding. We give every day, yeah. Sosis Solo, siomay, yeah. Molen, bolu kukus, roti pisang. And the third group of intervention is dietary education based on antenatal care book. According to the government, they release antenatal care book in 2015 and second edition in 2020. According to the antenatal care book, there is many choices to fulfill the need of the mother daily. We can see the fish in here, and then the vegetable, fruit, and how about the oil, yeah, and also the sugar. Okay, this is the result of this study. According to this table, we can see between three groups: government programs, individual supplementary feeding and counseling, and the last is just counseling, yeah, counseling regarding with the antenatal care book material about nutrition. In the variable of age, gravity, education, and workplace, there is no significant difference among three groups. And also for the height of mother, upper arm circumference of mother, and also the category of the upper arm circumference. And how about the laboratory results? I'm sorry, yeah. This is the laboratory results before intervention, yeah. We can see in here there is significant difference among three groups. The highest vitamin D level is in the individual supplementary feeding and counseling. And in this group, there are also highest level of zinc and also ferritin. And how about the insulin growth factor 1? The highest level is in government program. Yeah, so we can see in here, there was a significant difference among three groups in the level of vitamin D, zinc, ferritin, and also IGF-1. And for the laboratory result after intervention, there are also significant difference in the vitamin D level and also zinc, because the highest level is individual supplementary feeding and counseling group. So we can see in here that the level of the vitamin D in zinc is higher in the individual supplementary feeding and counseling than in government program and also counseling group. But there was no significant difference in the ferritin level. If we analyze difference of laboratory results pre and post intervention, each group, yeah, there is a significant difference in the government program and individual supplementary feeding and counseling about the vitamin D level. And in the ferritin group, among three groups, were significantly different in ferritin level pre and post intervention. Now we focus on fetus and newborn. We did ultrasound to estimate fetal weight pre-intervention and also post-intervention, but unfortunately, the baby in the monitor post-intervention, maybe 20% were loss of follow-up, because 20% have already delivered before we did monitor with ultrasound to know the estimated fetal weight. So the parameter to know the fetal growth, we calculate the birth weight. And from the three group, we know there was a significant difference in the estimated fetal weight pre-intervention. The highest estimated fetal weight intervention in the counseling group. And then there was no significant difference among 3 groups in the term of estimated fetal weight post-intervention, birth weight, and also body length. And then we calculate a fetal growth. Fetal growth is a delta between estimated fetal weight post and pre-intervention. And if the baby was delivered before we did ultrasound in the post-intervention, we calculate the delta between birth weight and estimated fetal weight pre-intervention. And among 3 groups, we know there was no significant difference. And after that, we did calculate the cutoff of birth weight. And from the cutoff, we know that the good fetal growth was more than 2094, and the bad or not good fetal growth if less than 2094. According to this cutoff, we know that there was also no difference in the 3 groups. Our conclusion were, first, there was no significant difference in the 3 intervention group in terms of intrauterine fetal growth based on ultrasound examination. Second, there was no significant difference in the 3 intervention groups in terms of intrauterine fetal growth based on birth weight. And also there was no significant difference in the 3 intervention groups in terms of cutoff delta fetal growth with a cutoff 2094 grams. From many literature, we know that dietary intervention, including nutrition education for undernourished women, provision of food supplement during pregnancy, results in improvement in fetal growth that position the newborn for healthier growth. And the other studies state that a nutrient-rich food-based supplement given to rural Vietnam's women from preconception to term or mid-gestation to term did not affect maternal or infant outcomes. This result in Vietnam is same with our results in Semarang. And how about in India? They state that the dietary intake during all trimesters of pregnancy were significantly associated with the birth weight. And this is the study from Bangladesh. They also find that early food supplementation in pregnancy reduce the occurrence of stunting during 0 until 54 months in boys, but not in girls. And prenatal, maternal, and prenatal multiple micronutrient supplementation will increase the proportion of stunting in boys, but not in girls. Yeah. So we know that the suggested indication for fortified blended food supplementation during pregnancy is the first pregnancy. Yeah, we call it in clinician is as a primigravida or primipara, and then grand multipara who have more than 5 children, and teenager less than 18 years old, twin pregnancy, high-risk pregnancy, which is such as previous abortion, stillbirth. Stillbirth is deliver baby with the bad condition because the baby is dead directly after delivery. Low birth weight infant, cesarean delivery, prolonged labor, it means more than 24 hours in primigravida and 12 hours in multipara, and serious infection. The other high risk of pregnancy, such as any complication of this or the last pregnancy, such as severe anemia, malaria, preeclampsia, hyperemesis gravidarum, and also night blindness. And then HIV positive infection, interpregnancy interval less than 18 months, goiter caused by hypo or hyperthyroid, any other sign of micronutrient deficiency, if the mid-arm per arm circumference less than 21 or 23 centimeter. South mothers with the high less than 150 centimeters, and also poor weight gain during pregnancy in the second and third trimester. This is the study from Indonesia in Bogor about the supplementary protein food for pregnant women with chronic energy deficiency to improve fetal growth. They found a different result with our study because their results showed that the improvement of estimated fetal weight and femur length in both groups were similar, P more than 0.05. And from the, this is the Cochrane review, yeah, Cochrane review for antenatal dietary education and supplementation to increase energy and protein intake. The author conclude that balanced energy and protein supplementation seems to improve fetal growth and may reduce the risk of stillbirth and infant born with small for gestational age. From the many research, there was still no consistent result. So maybe according to our result, antenatal dietary education is the cheapest method compared then with the give supplementary feeding according to the individual or government to give positive effect on fetal growth, and maybe it it will be a positive impact, yeah, same with the if we give supplementary feeding for the pregnant woman. Okay, that's all. Thank you, Miss Etika.
Yep.
I will give time and a screen for you. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Waalaikumsalam warahmatullahi. Yeah. Okay. Thank you very much, Dr. Julian, for giving us such informative and interesting study. And before we move to last speaker, let me greet. I will greet the participant who just joined. Yeah. Good evening. Greetings from Semarang. Greetings from Diponegoro University. Today is 6 days of Diponegoro summer course. The topic today is the role of nutrition in the first 1,000 days of life. Okay, so ladies and gentlemen, now come to last speaker from Dr. Dimas Tri A, medical doctor, specialist in pediatrics. Yes, let me inform the CV from Dr. Dimas. He is one of the pediatrician in Karyadi Hospital, Central Java. He has graduated his bachelor degree in medical at Diponegoro University, then take his master, then consultant in University of Diponegoro in pediatrics. Yeah, today Dr. Dimas will deliver the topic about individual supplementary food approach to increase growth and development of fetal infant and children intervention study during the first 1,000 days of life. We can see from the Dr. Dimas publication, there are many publication here. Start from 2009 till 2020. Yeah, Dr. Dimas focusing study on supplementary feeding for growth and development. Okay, so the nice expert. Yeah. Okay, Dr. Dimas, I think it's time. It's good time for your material. The time is yours, Dr. Dimas.
Okay. Yes, okay. Thank you to Ms. Etika Ratnanor for the opportunity. First of all, I will say Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh and good afternoon to all of participants who and attendant of this summer online summer course 2021. Okay, first of all, I will share my slide. Okay, is my sound is quite clear?
Very clear, though.
Okay, yes. Okay, we'll start the presentation. Okay, it's quite clear because if it's very clear, I'm afraid the sound, the back sound from outside of my house is inside to this online summer course, because in outside there are gymnastic community.
I see. Oh, okay.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Alhamdulillah. Okay. First of all, I'll say thank you to Committee of Online Summer Course 2021, Diponegoro course of on-child nutrition aspect. The first 1,000 days of life in coastal region will give opportunity to me, Dimas Nuryanto, and also the team of interprofessional education of Diponegoro University with Dr. Julian and also Mr. Nuryanto. And in this afternoon, this opportunity, I will little bit share about the individual supplementary food approach to improving and development of fetal infant and children, this is our project research from 2018. Okay. The layout topic of my presentation is, the first one is what is the cause of the problem, and second one is the impact of the problem. Third one is the settlement strategy, and the last is the individual supplementary food approach. Okay, I will start. Okay, as we know that the overweight, wasting, and also stunting become the problem in the world. Approximately 149.2 million children, they are stunting, and there are 45.4 million children is wasting. I think this is and also the malnutrition problem is not just only stunting and also wasting, but also overweight. Approximately 38.9 million children also have a problem of overweight. We can see in the worldwide then Indonesia still have a lot of problem or that that the specific problem is a low birth weight. That this is become a problem. Why this is become a problem? Because low birth weight can be trigger children become a stunting and have a lot of another problem that can impact the future of these children. It can impact of the brain mass and also impact the immune system, can make impact the cognitive, etc. And as we know that from Riskas to 2018, approximately 6.2% of the population in Indonesia is still low birth weight. Okay, and from Riskas, we also get information that approximately 6.2 population still in wasting condition, and also 22% population has a problem with stunting, and approximately 5.7% population, the children have overweight. Yes, from this problem, we supposed to be know what the impact, what the result in the future, the prospective future, because the impact of this problem. Okay, from the stunting, we know that there are a lot of etiology or the underlying determinant, and also that can impact the stunting. The determinant we can separate, become a three. The first one is underlying, and the second one is intermediate, and also the immediate determinant. We can know that from the underlying determinant, there are maternal characteristic, yes, and also household characteristics such as religion, social hierarchy, parental education, occupation, and etc. And also regional characteristic, urban or rural area or population growth, food production, and etc. And from the intermediate determination, the contributor is household food competition, water, sanitation, and hygiene, indoor population, and also breastfeeding practice, complementary feeding practice, micronutrient deficiency, infection, and etc. And also from the immediate determinant, the point that can become the immediate determinant is IGR, inadequate caloric and energy intake, and also inadequate caloric and energy uptake. Yes, from this determinant, that can make the problem that name is a stunting problem. Yeah, we can know from neonate until 2 years, until school age, and also puberty, adult, and also conception. There, the circle of life can be get the impact of the stunting. Yes, because they are like devil circle, that we can say that is the stunting syndrome. That yes, because it from one time to another time is very correlate. Yes, and then that I say before that about the low birth weight can be impact the stunting too. Yes, the stunting. Yes, this one. From the research of from PMC Nutrition, they say that the low birth weight was the most dominant predictor associated with the stunting among children 12 to 23 months in Indonesia. That we know that low birth weight, gender, history of neonatal illness, and poverty are the factors that related to stunting among children aged 12 to 23 months in Indonesia, with low birth weight being the major determinant of stunting. Yes. And then, if we want to try to specific looking for the impact of the stunting, we can know stunting can give the impact for the protein and also cofactor that can make impairment of the gene expression. Yes, the impact of the stunting, the deficiencies of the FOLA, micronutrient, and also macronutrient can be impact of the damage of the gene expression, or also epigenetic gene expression change that can give the impact of the altered of phenotype. Yes. Okay, I will continue. And then stunting also can give a problem to the brain, the impairment of the brain volume. As we know that when children birth, they have the mass of the brain approximately 400 grams. And the target when the children on 1 year, the mass of brain is supposed to be 1040 grams. But if there any problem in the 1 or 2 year of life, there can make impact to the mass of the brain too, and it can be impact to the future and cognitive in a future too, because the growing in the first 2 years of life need optimal nutrition and the other factor. Okay, and this is the timeline of brain development. As we know that this is in utero. Maybe Dr. Julian is more expert about the development in the utero from conception until the term, and when the children giving birth, on the postnatal, and also when child to adult, there are a lot of organ and also system organ that develop, especially brain, because the brain is very can grow fast than in another life, in the 2 years of life, or from conception to 2 years of life, that we say that 1000 days of life. Because that's very important, because in that period the brain can develop more faster than in another age. And then this is the research from behavioral and brain function 2008 about the cognitive development in children with chronic protein energy malnutrition. From the result, we know that stunting can be affect long-lasting cognitive impairment. Yes, there's because the impairment or the deficiencies of a macronutrient and also micronutrient in 2 years of life is can be impact to the brain development, and can in the future the cognitive also can get the impairment. Okay, I will continue. And the last, the impact of the problem is about stunting and also adolescent. Yeah, you know, that's they can make the circle from the woman and health and human capital, and also pregnancy and breastfeeding, and also infant and child health, and also adolescent health. If in the one component or one period of age, the nutrition is inadequate, it can be impact to the another period of life. That if there the subject that have the impairment of the nutrition is a woman who in the future will be have a children, the children have a high risk to get impairment of nutrition. So it can be become a circle. Yes. Okay. Okay. This is the second of my topic, and my third topic is what is the settlement strategy? How to treat or how to approach this problem? As we know that there are potential and modification to make the good outcome from the preconception. We can modify the maternal diet and also body composition to make sure about the macronutrient, micronutrient, and also metabolic status. And also we also supposed to be monitor the embryo, the fetal growth. Yeah, and in this research, in our research, this is the expert is Dr. Julian. And also when the children getting born to until 2 years old, they are which the brain can develop more faster than another life. We supposed to be make sure the developmental plasticity is good enough. Because there are a lot of components that make the impairment on 1,000 days of life that make the disaster in the future. And then about the phenotype, when the gene expression become get the impairment, it can be change the phenotype to that make the result of stunting, impairment of neurodevelopment, obesity, cardiovascular and metabolic disorder. So it can be give impact for the next on the next generation that have the same problem. We want to try to cut the damage or the problem of this circle. Okay, and then as we know that to approach or to resolve this problem, we supposed to be things about the balanced diet from the preconception, first trimester, second and third trimester, and also when the child give breast milk, period of pregnancy until the child getting labor. And this is a critical period for developmental from embryo, fetal organ, and also tissue. Also, the important aspect that we supposed to be guarantee is the mother, the health of the mother, because when the mother is on health condition on the appropriate gestational weight gain, we can guarantee the health of children is have a low risk to get impairment of nutrition. But if the mother in unhealth condition, it can be make the higher risk of the children get a high risk of impairment of nutrition too. Yes, because the general issue is age of conception, energy balance, obesity, chronic disease, and infectious disease risk management. Okay, this is which mom to be. Yeah, mom to be is there who have a capability to pregnant and also labor the child, and from the mom it can be have a nutrition problem. So we supposed to be monitor and make sure the nutrition requirement is quite good from adolescent period and when pregnancy and also lactating. And because adolescent and stunting prevention can be prepared the next generation, and we as we know that there are several generations that live now, Gen Z, millennial, Gen A, and also baby boomer. They have a different characteristic to approach the problem, to give education for the children. So yes, okay, I will continue. And then why is this is important? Because mom, infant, the quality of mom and also infant can be correlate with IQ level from the children, for the children. From this research, they give information that faltering to thrive in infancy was associated with a persisting deficit in IQ at 8 years. So the critical period for growth faltering was 3 to 8 weeks. Okay, and then this is my last of the topic of this afternoon presentation is about the individual supplementary food approach from our research. Yeah, from our research, sorry, this is still on Indonesian. Our subject or our respondent is maternal woman that we give intervention, yeah, to give a supplementary that individual supplementary approach, and also government supplementary approach, and also counseling. This is for maternal women, and from that aspect, we cohorting monitor the growth of fetal development, and when the children getting born, after Dr. Julian give approach for this research, and also after that I continue to approach the children, and then I give the monitor the children when 0 to 6 years old they are give up have a low birth weight or normal birth weight. How about the development? How about the growth? How about breast milk and etc. And from the growth and development, yeah, we make sure the children to give 3 approach to about the government supplementary feeding approach, the individual supplementary feeding approach, and also counseling approach. And we cohorting monitor the growth and also development and also macronutrient and also micronutrient for these children. And this is the aim and also method of our research is to providing individual supplementary feeding intervention and education in increasing fetal and infant growth at the birth, providing exclusive breastfeeding and education in increasing the growth and development of infant 0 to 6 months, and also providing effectiveness of individual supplementary feeding intervention, increasing the growth fetus, infant, and children up to 2 years of age compared to supplementary feeding intervention from the government. And the data collection every month, and we also use the pre-screening questionnaire every 3 months to monitor the development, and also questionnaire research questionnaire to 3 and 6 months of age. And also we also do the pre-intervention blood drawing and also post-intervention blood collection, and ongoing research, we give a nutrition intervention. And this is the documentation of the approach to respondent. This is we give the supplementary individual supplementary feeding and also government supplementary feeding and also counseling for the children. And also we this is individual supplementary feeding approach that we try to modify. We try to make sure the composition that quite enough to make sure the good growth of children. And we compare with the government of supplementary feeding that have a quality standard of composition of the complementary feeding. And also we compare with the counseling that just only give the training, regular visit, and also media booklet to make sure the normal growth and developmental of children. And then about the result of the research, yes, this is sorry, this is still Indonesian. There have a significant differentiation about body weight when the children giving birth. When we compare with a body weight in a 15 month, this is different significances of body weight of when body weight in 15 months between the individual supplementary feeding that we modified and also government supplementary feeding from the government. I think yes, this is the result give information that our supplementary feeding, our individual supplementary feeding is more effective Maybe it's because the taste is quite good, quite tasty, and also the family can make by own recipe. Yes, and also the children also is more like the taste of our individual supplementary food. And from our result, there also there have significant differentiations about the length of the children at 14 months old of our respondent. The length is more can be growth increase, can be the height for 8 Z score is more can be increase properly for in at respondent who consume the individual supplementary food that we modify. And also about the body weight, about the length, and the third is this is also the length of that we compare from when birth until 15 years 15 month old, the children who consume the individual supplementary food that we modified. Okay, the collection. Okay, yes. Okay, the take-home message of from my presentation is nutrition care of mother, adolescent, and infant and neonate. It can be give a center of preventive action, along with infection control to prevent the stunting. And no single nutrition act as main contributor to prevent stunting. They are all multifactorial, and also deficiencies may require supplementation. And we supposed to be think the nutrition first, because that can make the optimize of adolescent and also maternal nutrition, and also health on of maternal and also infant. Okay, climb to the top of the mountain and realize how small you are, and never stop learning to make you realize that only a little of knowledge that you have learned. Okay, that is my presentation. I'm sorry if I have a mistake. Okay, thank you. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Waalaikumsalam warahmatullahi. Thank you, Dr. Dimas, for the comprehensive study from the angle of pediatrics. I think it's very nice. Okay, let me conclude. Yeah, what's the interesting about this session? I think 3 experts speak from multidisciplinary option, then pediatrics and nutrition presented a study of 1,000 years of life in the coastal region. I will conclude or highlight from Mr. Nuryanto study. The incidence of stunting is still high, and the intervention goal still fail to achieve the goal. One, the problem is about the compliance. Then Dr. Julian studies found that the result of the intervention giving supplementary feeding with local food could improve vitamin D, zinc, ferritin, and insulin growth factor level. The last from Dr. Dimas study show the interesting findings. Supplementary feeding intervention combined with counseling to mothers give the effect supplementary feeding recovery versus placebo. We improve for birth weight and laying baby. Okay, I think the conclusion from three speakers. Sorry, I would like to invite perhaps for the participant, I think, to give question. This is the nice meeting. We meet the expert from the good study. Okay, come on to all participants. Could you raise the hand to give some question for
Dr. Ratika.
yes?
I will only invite this research.
Yeah.
Yes, I just explained about the background and method. Will the research for pregnant women and fetus will explained by Dr. Julian. Yeah.
Yeah.
And Dr. Dimas explained about research and children. This research a study like a cohort study, but in the cohort we give an intervention. Long study. This is a long study. The research starting from pregnant woman. We give intervention. The intervention we provide are biscuits, local food for supplementation, and only give counseling. Then we continue until the age of 2 years, where at this age we give the intervention. And intervention the three group in the 2 years age. The first group, the family nutrition attachment intervention for malnourished children, and the second group, this is control group. In the second group, a distribution of government supplementation and counseling for malnourished children. The third group, counseling intervention for well-nourished children. And sorry, we don't show research in every age group. And thank you, Dr. Julian, Dr. Dimas. You can help me to explain the intervention. Maybe I wasn't clear enough to explain in the method. Thank you, Dr. Atika.
Okay, thank you, Ms. Papa Nuryanto, for the take-home message and pushment the result of this study. Okay, I think it's quite clear. Participant join this course. Allow me to say thank you to all speakers today, Dr. Julian, Dr. Dimas, and Bapak Nuryanto. Thank you very much for interesting presentation from your study. I think it will give some insight to us. Finally, give applause, please, to all speakers. Yes, thank you very much. See you in the interesting event next. Okay, bye-bye. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.